now, and ooh, okay, no, everything's good. So yeah, we're live now. I'm gonna be sharing that on Twitter and Facebook and such, and then we're starting with today's game. As soon as I also move around everything after I get everything set up, so that everything is on my screen where it should be. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so we're continuing on with the Star Wars RPG today. We have our two players in, one of whom seems to think he's going to soon be dead. Just because you had one character die last week doesn't mean, you're going to have a character dying every week.
I'll be that guy that has a new character every week. Super expert in something that I think, like, okay, we might need this round.
Yeah.
You can definitely make it like a goal.
Each time I'm gonna live one round and then die.
One round. Yeah. So, Recon, your character was coming back from the mission from last week. Mm-hmm. So you're still on the ship, which is flying back. Meanwhile, back at the Rebel base, Jacen is healing in a Bacta tank when suddenly he wakes up and the Bacta tank drains and opens up, and you can tell that I'm still hearing my echo now.
Well, it shouldn't be me because I always use push to talk, so.
Yeah. Okay. Test. No, that didn't change anything. Test. Okay, now I'm not hearing it. Can you guys say something?
Something.
Okay, I can still hear you. So
something.
I'm changing the settings so that the audio shouldn't go to my headphones, and now I'm not hearing the echo, but it's still going to my headphones. Audio settings are black magic, I swear. But as long as so Yoweee, you wake up, come out of the back of the tank. The room you're in is there's low lighting on, but it's it's lighting enough that you can see, but nobody was in here or whatever at the moment. And also, you can feel that you feel fully healed. You are fully healed, so you can actually write down your wounds, get rid of your wound status or whatever. You're fully healed, but you can tell it hasn't been long enough that you should be fully healed, and you feel something's off about that.
Oh boy.
So, you also you hear you hear humming of machinery around you and such, but otherwise it's fairly quiet here. You're not sure what time of day it is based on the low lighting. You figure it's probably nighttime or something, but you're not really sure. So what do you want to do now? To figure out what's what? You are in medical room in a Rebel base. You recognize this. You've been in here many a time. Yeah. So you know exactly where you are and such. And usually, there won't be anyone in here later at night or whatever, unless something happens. Then a doctor or someone will get called down here. But Yeah. Or because this is also like the like secondary, like, because like there's like the main medical area, which is like which is generally always staffed. This is more like a secondary area where like just like people in back to tanks are, you know, kept or whatever while they're healing and such. Well, normally, like, when you're let out of here, it's by somebody. Like, it doesn't just, you know, open up automatically on its own. And so that is definitely, like, seems off to you. Because normally, you know, they let you out, be like, okay, yeah, you're doing good, you know, try not to get hurt again. And then, you know, you'd head off to, you know, like, you know, your quarters, or possibly to, like, the cafeteria or something if you're hungry. There's, like, some clothing nearby you can put on. Your stuff isn't in here. Normally your stuff would be put in your quarters for, like, you to get after you've healed and such. Okay. So, you exit out into the hallway, and, like, out here as well, like, there's dim lighting. It's a bit, like, brighter than inside the room, because, like, even at nighttime, you know, there are still people that have to do stuff, have work to do. So it's dim enough that, like, it's like, okay, yeah, this is, like, nighttime hours, but bright enough that you can still, you know, see fine and such. Heading down to your quarters, and as you're going, you kind of hear a voice, but, like, it's very indistinct. You're not sure where it's coming from, and at this point, you can't quite make out what's being said. It's kind of like, you know, like whisperings, but you can't quite tell what is being said. Do you do anything as... Just looking around, like, you don't see anyone else in the hallway with you at the moment. No. Okay. Okay. You make it to your quarters. You go inside. You know, it's not a big room. Like, it's, you know, it's a room you share with somebody else a lot of the time. So, like, there's, like, bunk beds. There's, yeah, 2 beds or whatever, bunk bed style or whatever. There's, like, a small attached bathroom, and, like, there's, like, a closet that you each keep your... That's, like, it's a closet that's divided into 2, and you each use half of it or whatever. You check there, and your stuff is all in there. Okay, you grab your stuff. Okay. At this point, you notice, like, because you're now in your quarters, like, the door's closed. Your roommate isn't here at the moment. You're not sure where they are. But you notice you're still hearing this whispering, and you don't know where it's coming from. You can try a perception roll. You got a 9. You're not sure where it's coming from, but it is starting to get a bit louder. You're starting to make out some words. You're hearing, "Come here." It's not Darth Vader. No. I mean, you don't know where it's coming from, so you don't know how to follow it quite yet. Well, right now you're in your quarters, so like, you can go out of your quarters. You can go into the bathroom. You go into the hallway. You can go left or right from your quarters. Left is the direction that you came from. Okay. Yeah, you're walking down the hallway. As you're going, you turn one corner, and you actually do see a couple rebels. You recognize one of them. You don't recognize the other, and they're just like kind of just standing around chatting about something. The one that you recognize is Carl. Carl Izak. He's he's an engineer. You don't know him well, but you know you've seen him around the base a few times. And he's talking to a woman. You don't recognize her. But the thing is, like, that's fairly common because like people come and go. There's quite a turnover rate here between people dying, people are being recruited, as well as people like going to another rebel base or coming here from another base and such. There's quite a turnaround, so it's fairly frequent that you don't recognize people. Okay. So, so yeah, they look at you, and Carl's like, "Jacen, you're up. Thought you were gonna, like, I'd heard you were in the back tank for like, I don't know, what was that, like 10 weeks or something?" Yeah, you're those back to tanks more than like almost anyone I know. Well, it hasn't been 10 weeks. It's only been like 5 weeks, I think. 4 maybe? 5? I don't know. It's hard to keep track of time. um, I mean, I don't know what you're all aware of, but like at the same time, like you got brought back here in that a Bacta tank. Like they also brought back some guy that apparently like is some kind of a dark force user or something. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors going around base. Nobody's quite sure. Like, you know, higher ups don't want like any kind of panic, so they're trying to keep it quiet. But you know how rumors spread. Nothing stays quiet for long. um. Second, let me just check. Yeah. I remember checking everyone's names. So you were with, because you had been sent on the mission with with Khaljov. That was Tree Frog Rider's character, right? You'd been well, yes, because like you and Tree Frog Rider had been sent on the mission, and to team up with Jake's character to find Dignetta's character. Then you had been captured by the Imperials, which is where you met up with Recon and Jake, and then got yourself, mortally wounded. So, but yeah, so this guy would know that you had left with a Khaljov. He's like, yeah, Khaljov was also, which was Tree Frog's character, was also like in a back tank when she got brought back here. I think she's up and about already, and I don't know. I think she was sent on some other mission. Jake, or what's Jake's character? Snai. Yeah, Snai, I think, also got sent on some mission. Then Mira and some friend of hers, I think his name was like Kel something. They went. They were sent on another mission. Yeah, but like yeah, they were all good. There was some also like rumors say he was some Jedi Master that was also brought back here with you all, but like they're keeping him somewhere. Somewhere, top secret, because I mean, if he's Jedi Master, they want to make sure he's kept safe and such. I mean, obviously you could go check in like the main medical area. You could also go like to the base, the general in charge of the base, which would be General. General. General Robin. Spacewalker, sure. General Robin Spacewalker. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you go back down the way you came, because like the two medical areas are like near each other or whatever, like the kind of the main medical area, and then like this, back tank storage area place where you were. They're near each other, so you head back that way or whatever. The whispers in the back of your head are getting louder and louder. You're now hearing like, "Come to the detention center," and that's basically what you're hearing or whatever, such in the back of your head. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, like it just something feels off to you. Like not necessarily like that you feel like physically off, just like the fact that you realize you shouldn't be healed this quickly, type thing. But yeah, so you go to the medical area, you go in. There's a medical droid in here who looks up at you as you come in and is like, "You should not be up." the medical droid immediately like goes up to you with like a medical scanner and is like, looking you over and like, this is very strange. You should still be in the back of the tank. You should. What are you doing up? Who let you out? The droid like goes over to like a computer and is interfaces with it and is like, there appears to be a malfunction with the internal systems. I'll get somebody to run a diagnostic. But you should not be well, and yet you are well. I do not understand. Yes, the scans show you are fine, but it should not. The wounds you sustained should have taken a lot longer to heal in the back of the tank. Well, like the droid was saying you seem fine, is running a diagnostic on like computers on like the systems to find out why you were released from the back of the tank. Because the thing is also like, even if you were healed, like what should have happened was like the system should alert the medical staff that you have been healed, and then they would go and release you. It should not just automatically release you. So that's why the droid is running the diagnostic on the system. But the diagnostic will take some time. Okay. So now, as you're doing this, the medical transport with Khaljov and the surviving rebels from last week's mission comes in and lands at the rebel base. Basically, everyone's told, like, okay, who would be the... I guess Sandra was probably the highest ranking... What? Yeah, Sandra's probably the highest ranking person that actually, like, survived. Yeah. They're watching the ship, but like there were, because there was like the 4 members from another team, and then like some of the other members from your team. So, but yeah, Sandra I think is the. So you can only hear the game master. Can you guys say something? No, that's weird.
That's interesting.
Okay.
The popcorn looks really good.
Now can you hear them?
Testing.
And I assume you heard. Yeah. Okay. How long were you able to hear them earlier? And if how long have they been silent for?
Say probably saved the Zoom since the beginning. Then
I wonder if it's since I messed with the settings, so I wasn't hearing the echo. Because this is also like similar to the issue I have whenever I'm doing video game streams. I've been finding recently like the audio cuts out like pretty much as soon as like it's fine when I'm setting stuff up, and then as soon as I go live, it cuts out. I change the one setting away from the normal setting and then back, and then it works. for a bit when you came in. So was that about 5 minutes ago? Okay. Well, to basically summarize what's been happening, I mean, you've heard what I've been saying. So the main thing is you're just not hearing. Mainly, you weren't hearing what Yoweee was saying he was doing. So basically, he went from. He woke up in med lab after the back tank let him out. Went back to his quarters, got his stuff. Been hearing voices, mostly trying to ignore them as he went. Had a conversation with a fellow rebel about like what's been happening. So you heard everything I said there. Went to the med lab. He was asking like the medical droid like what was going on. The medical droid, you heard what I said. So, think that kind of like I think most of what he said you can kind of get the gist of from what I said, but hopefully. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, so the medical ship returned from the mission from last week. And basically, yeah, Sandra like talked to the general, who basically is. I gave like the basics of what happened or whatever, and then general's like basically saying, "Okay, all of you can get like some rest, get food, whatever you need. We'll have like a debriefing in the morning, going over like all the specifics of what happened, type thing."
Mm-hmm.
So Danietta's character is like just like I need sleep. You know, she goes off to sleep because Danietta's not here.
Sleep is nothing new for
her. And then, you know, the various other rebels, some of them like go to get some sleep, some go to the cafeteria to get some food, or the mess hall, I should say, not cafeteria, but whatever. Yeah. Recon, what are you doing?
I'm going to talk to that lieutenant. Or captain. Is it captain or lieutenant? I forget.
Like Imperial?
I forgot his rank.
Okay, yeah. He was brought to, like, holding cell by, he's a lieutenant. I have his character sheet here somewhere. Of course, it's the very last one in the pile. Lieutenant Simon Balthazar. So yeah, he was brought to the holding cell by a couple of rebel guards, and so you, I assume, just like followed down there or whatever.
On my way for them to process him and put him into the.
Yeah, they process him, put him into the cell and such.
Okay, I'll just like walk over to. Is this like a bar one? Is it an energy filled cell? Which?
Yeah, this is an energy field cell. So like, there's 3 walls that are like Durasteel or whatever, and then on the front is force field. Gotcha. Yeah, there's in the cell, like there's a bench which he's sitting on. There's like a side bathroom that, you know, offers some privacy or whatever, but, you know, all it has is a toilet and a sink.
So, fancy meeting you here.
I mean, you're the one that brought me here.
Well, yeah, but, you know, last time we talked before this whole incident, you know, I was in a cell.
Yes.
So, I just want to talk about my ship real quick.
Okay, what do you want to know about it?
I want it back.
Clearly.
Great sentimental value to me. And everything.
Okay.
So.
And just, you know, like, there are rebel guards nearby, so just so you're aware of this. Okay.
So, what would be the best way to come about getting my ship without compromising anything. Because, I mean, let's see. So we saved your life. Like, clearly you realize that.
Yes.
You would be ground beef, essentially, right now. Is ground beef a thing? You'll be ground beef right now. Plummeled into the ground like, the other 13 or so stormtroopers are with you.
He had 12 with him, 11 died, 1 survived.
The rest of your entourage was with you saw what happened to them.
That does seem likely.
So, what are the plans for my ship? I mean, obviously, you're not just going to keep it parked inside your bay for the entire time.
It'll most likely be moved to some kind of storage area or something. Okay. Possibly scrapped.
Whoa!
I don't know.
That there's nothing wrong with that ship. All right, it's basically pristine.
There's any number of things that could be done with it. That's not really, All
right. Well,
up to me.
We need to make it a point that it returns back to me. So these quote unquote facilities that they're going to be held at, are they heavily guarded? Is it just like a lot that they just throw this stuff into and just leave it there, and eventually after a certain amount of time they just come and scrap them if there's nobody there to collect them? What planet would it be on? What system? So on and so
forth. What planet would depend on, when the next time, because there's multiple planets with, storage facilities. It would all depend on, when and where they were when they decided to take it off the Star Destroyer.
You had no logs when it was planned to be removed off the Star.
I'm not aware of that.
So how would I find that?
You could always, contact Captain of the Star Destroyer. Ask him yourself.
Yeah, that's an option. I'm not sure if he would take my. Well, he might actually take my call now that I think about it. Okay. All right. Well, in the meantime, I hope you enjoy your stay. I recommend the yellow paste. That's not bad. And take care. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
He nods at you as you assume walk away. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna go and where'd you say Sandra went?
I hadn't said where Sandra had gone. Because she had like when you came back, she had told like the general the basics of what had happened, and then that was when you were told it'd be in the morning when the full debriefing would be. Sandra, you're not actually sure where she went or whatever. You just know some people were heading back to their quarters, some people to the cafeteria, but
I have no reason to believe that Jacen's awake or anything, right?
No.
Nor would I really care, but I I'm just gonna walk down the hallway, I guess, to one of the facilities, and you know what? I am gonna go to the medical bay because I want to get checked out after that very grueling fight that we were in.
Okay. So you go to the medical bay, and you get there, go in just as Yowee's still there, Jacen's still there, and he's like, was just, talking to the medical droid.
Oh,
Such.
you're awake. But you died.
As everyone else says, happens every other week. So
Yeah,
the weeks I'm not out.
that's weird. That's I think last I heard that you were going to be in that tank for a lot longer than. No, how'd you get out?
Apparently, it was some sort of a malfunction. I got out early.
Is it like good behavior?
I seem to be fine.
Oh, I mean, you look fine. I imagine a lot better than what you look like when we put you in.
I mean, that's good at least. Making progress.
Yeah. But yeah, we got back with Mira and whatnot, and she's off doing something now. But yeah, she's fine. If you're wondering where she's at.
About Jake, what happened to him after I got passed? Did I get passed out at one point? Like I didn't see anything anymore.
I think you got after the explosion. I think you got shot. Or did the explode? No, yeah, the explosion, and then you got shot, and then you went.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that sounds
yeah,
right.
but no, I mean, obviously, Jake and I and yourself, we made it out just fine, and yeah, I'm still kind of confused how you're out, but I mean, yeah, okay, I guess whatever works.
How's the ship and the spices?
Alleged spices, alleged. I've not seen proof of them myself, so I will neither confirm nor deny that they were in fact on my ship. But I actually just talked to the that lieutenant guy, Ball, whatever his name is. I think he's like Baldhead or Lieutenant Baldhead. Anyway, he was saying that the typical SOP was to remove the ships or vehicles too, and put them into just yards until they can be scrapped or sold or whatever. So, not sure where it's gonna be offloaded to, but I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna get my ship back.
Good. What are you doing here?
Oh, I just came back from a mission actually. We blew up an Imperial base. A lot of crazy shit went on there.
Is that the same ship where other me died, by the way?
Yes. Yeah. We actually took the ship that you were on, soaking in the jacuzzi thing, and we took you off of it. Well, it's kind of a long story now that I think about it. So when you were on the ship, we flew down back to the planet, and then we found Mira and Master Lucian?
Yeah. Master Lucian,
Yeah.
Pretaria.
And then this other person that was another Bacta tank, I'm not sure who she was, or it was. Do we know if it was a girl or if
Kildi Ozen, and I believe her character was female.
Yeah. And some other female creature was in the another Bacta tank, and we just put you guys side by side. But then when we got there, crazy light wielding person came and was looking for Master Lucian, and he had like a bunch of guys with him. So basically, we shot them a lot, and where is he at anyway? He's here, isn't he? I think he's here. Yeah, because we came with him.
You had brought him
Yeah.
here. You did bring
Yeah,
him
we brought
here,
him
yes.
here. Yeah. So he's here too. Probably like in a cell or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, when we got here, we just unloaded you and plopped you into here, and you know, after that, second half of the story now. We we went over to a Imperial base that apparently, you know, everybody knew except for me that it was a place where they were doing modifications to stormtroopers, make them better in battle or something like that. I don't know. I guess they told me, but it went over my head. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but apparently everybody knew. And so when we got there, we basically got like a kind of a ambush per se. It wasn't my fault at all. You know, I was as stealthy as you could be. Actually, you know, it was like I was a shadow, and but anyway, so we started fighting these stormtrooper like things, but they were tough. They had they were not normal. They hurt. They smashed some of our people into a mess. Actually, it was pretty grotesque. And so we came up with the plan that hey, we might as well blow up the base, see if we can get all these things into the blast and be rid of them. So one of our partners, Placard. Yeah, Placard. Some purple looking thing. But anyway, they did some mind mumbo jumbo and got these things to all come back into the facility, and we blew it right as that happened while we were escaping. Yeah, Sandra got us back into the medical transport, and we all got out, except for those that died. There was this really old guy that was with me. He didn't do so well. I mean, he did like one thing the whole time. Kind of, it was like he helped me plant one of the charges, and then next thing you know, one of these lumbering stormtroopers came in and just started like, yeah, like, you ever see when you put like a clump of meat into like a grinder and you kind of like just turn the handle and like it just strings out at the other end? Well, imagine that, because we were like on a grate. I would imagine. I think it was a grate, and this thing came up behind him. He like fell to the ground, and this thing was just like plummeting. It was just like clack, clack, clack. And then I looked back to make sure he was gone. I was like, maybe I could say ooh, oh. And then I just ran back to the rest of the people, and then yeah, like I said, we jumped on the transport, we pressed the button, and then we flew off, and now we're here. Oh, but we did get that guy that was on the Star Destroyer, that lieutenant, like that bald guy that I was talking about. He's in a holding cell right now with one of his stormtroopers. And yeah, you're caught up.
That sounded like a blast.
Yeah, something.
There was definitely some blasting.
But anyway, how you doing? Feeling good?
Well, I seem to be doing good. I don't need to be as long in the back of the tank as I was assumed to be, so that's at least.
I'm gonna walk up and poke him a couple times. You feel that?
Roll for poking. Roll for poking.
Please do.
Can you feel that? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you feel complete. Yeah, you feel the poking completely normally.
Okay. I guess you're fine. You know, that was called the poke test. We do that on my planet to make sure the person is actually okay and not just saying they're okay.
So as he's talking to you, the voice in your head telling you to come down to the detention level is getting louder and louder, and it's starting to give you a bit of a headache.
Can I perceive by like the tone of the voice, or it's like an evil or a good voice? Because I mean, something trying to like get me to a detention. I guess what was it? Doesn't
The
sound good.
detention level.
Come to the detention center.
Could you just clarify? Like, you say, is it evil or a good voice? Is my voice good or evil? Just so I have like as a frame of reference.
100% evil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, this voice is also evil.
Yeah, I'm 100% with him on that.
No. Obviously, this voice being in your head and like the fact that like it's causing you pain is definitely making you, be like, who is this? Like, what's going on? Am I hallucinating, or is like this somebody contacting me through the Force?
For the time being, I say I'm still trying to ignore it and like suppress the pain.
Okay.
Anyway, you hungry?
I could use some chicken. Wait, do we have chicken in this universe?
Do they have chickens here?
Not that I'm aware of. I know ducks exist in the Star Wars universe, but I don't think chickens do. At least not that I'm aware of. Mainly because, like, in one of the movies, somebody said, we're sitting ducks out here. So, of course, in, like, one of the books or comics or something, it was explained that ducks are a species that exists, I think, on, like, Naboo or something.
Okay, they do exist. Apparently, they're known as tip-yips.
Tip-yips?
Andorian
Okay.
chickens, also known as tip-yip.
Andorian? Okay, because Andorians are a Star Trek race, but could be Star Wars as well. But anyway, so he was Recon was asking you if you wanted to go down, get some food, and you were saying yes. Yep. So you two are heading to the cafeteria?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. You walk down to the cafeteria, like, past the occasional person in the hallway or whatever. Few of them, like, look at you a bit weird, Yoweee, because, everyone heard that, like, you were going to be in the back of the tank for, like, something like 10 weeks or so, and they're, like, kind of surprised you're out already. But on the other hand, like, you hear some whisperings, like, it's, like, he's spending so much time in the back of the tank that it's just, like, in his bloodstream at this point. Just people joking around or whatever. And, yeah. You get to the cafeteria. It's, like I said, it's a bit later at night or whatever, so, like, there's no one, like, working here, but there's, like, you can go grab some food, like, left over from the day and such. Or you can, like, make something yourself in the kitchen, whatever, but, like, there's some kind of, like, soup that's, like, still available from the day. You're not quite sure what kind of soup it's made. Like, it has, like, some local, vegetables and meat from, like, this planet, but, like, this is just, like, a planet Rebels have set up a base on it. So, like, you're not too aware of everything outside the base here on this planet and such. So, it's all edible, tastes fine, but, like, it's very basic.
Scale of
very basic
how
soup.
much better is it than yellow paste?
Better than the yellow paste. It's about 10 times better than the yellow paste.
I'm eating it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really good.
I guess I'll be eating as well.
Okay. As you're eating, you're continuing to hear the voice. And I need you to make me just make me a strength check.
Both of us? Oh, okay.
No, just Yoweee. 11. Okay. 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 So yeah, so like, your headache is getting worse as the voice keeps telling you to come down to the detention bay, but like you aren't suffering any like physical effects, at least not yet. Beyond just like like you have a headache, but like it's not like you're injured or anything.
I guess I
Then
I try to give off a sign of like I've had like a. Ugh.
Okay.
You're right.
This might sound weird, but I'm hearing a voice.
And just as you say that, the voice stops. Your headache's gone.
Well, what kind of like voice are you hearing? Like, is it telling you to do something to yourself?
It's telling me to come to the detention center. Wait, was it a center, or just like detention, whatever?
Center area. I don't remember what I said. I think I said both, but yeah, detention area, detention center. Yeah.
And you tell me that?
Yeah, I tell you.
I literally blinked out there for a second. Sorry.
No
I'm
worries.
just saying
Go
like
to
that
the
it's telling me to come there.
I just came from the detention center, didn't I? Like one side of it, I imagine.
Yes. Yeah, because like basically in the detention center, like there's kind of like the central like kind of security offices, and then off from there it goes into like a couple kind of short like kind of hallway sections that each have like a few of these cells in it or whatever with the forces. Like you go down the hall and like on like either side of the hall there will be like I'd say like now each kind of like mini hallway type thing there's I guess 4 cells, 2 on either side, and then also a 5th one at the end. And then there's 3 of these, so then that would be a total of 5 times 3 it would be 15 cells or whatever. And like the section you were in of the 5 cells, there was the one with Lieutenant Balthazar, another one with his lone remaining stormtrooper. The other 3 cells in that section were empty, but you didn't check the other sections.
Okay.
Although you would probably assume that Icar is in one of those, is in one of the other ones as well.
Okay. So I want you to go to the detention center. I would imagine you don't really need to. It's probably not that lieutenant guy. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you know what I mean. I mean, a car is down there. I would imagine that's where they put a car, is down the detention center. And he did have a lightsaber when we fought him. And how much information would I know about like Jedi's and the Jedi mind trick?
You definitely know some stuff because like you were kind of Master Lucian's kind of errand boy when you were a kid. So like you've definitely like while you haven't received any training yourself, you've definitely like been around, seen like some of the stuff that he's trained others in and such.
Speaking of which,
so like
how is Mr. Lucian? I'm gonna go check on Master Lucian as well while I'm here because I think he was in another Baka tank.
He was in another Bacta tank, yes. You know that he was when he was brought to the base, he was brought somewhere more secure to keep him like safe or whatever, because like a Jedi Master is something that would be like, anybody, found him, that could be bad. That would be bad or whatever type of thing. So like they did hide him somewhere.
Okay.
So even like people on the rebel base don't. Most of the people on the base, other than like the general and a few others, don't know where where his back tank is being kept.
Okay. Well, do you still have somebody in your head?
It seems to be gone for the moment.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's kind of not the best thing for something to be getting into your head and making it to the point where it's painful. Did you want to go check it out and see what's going on?
Wait. Going specifically where, or just go back to the med bay?
Well, I mean, we can go back to the med bay and get you checked out, or if you're feeling a little adventurous, we go down to the detention center.
Well, with all risk, knowing my history, like, let go. What's the worst can happen? Just end up back in the tank.
Okay. So you two are going down to the detention center. Go down there. In the get down to the main security area. Like there's the same guards that were like in there when you left. Well, because it was like the kind of head of security of the base. Well, no, actually, it's night shift, so it wouldn't be the head. It's the night shift like security head or whatever is down there with like a few guards, and like down each of the mini hallway sections is like there's another like few guards in each of them or whatever. So you ask about do you ask, or do you just like look yourself for which one has a car in it?
I ask.
Yeah, they're like, he's over in that one. You sure you want to talk to him?
Look, we took this guy down. I'm pretty sure we can talk.
Okay. So you go in, and down that section, the car is at the one at the very end of that hallway. The side ones down that section are all four of them are empty, and he's in the one at the end. He's all sitting on the bench. He's sitting on the floor in like some kind of a meditative pose. His eyes are closed as you come in. So like he's sitting like cross-legged, hands kind of steepled like this, eyes closed, head facing downwards.
This is a force field one as well, correct? Like they're all force fields.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jedi person who got beat by a rifle. Hey, you awake?
I am awake. He opens his eyes and looks up at you. He first looks at you, just like momentarily recon, and then looks over at Yoweee, and his eyes, stay on Yoweee for just a second longer before he looks back at you, because you're the one talking to him, or whatever. He's like, what do you want?
How you doing?
The accommodations are not that great.
Did we find his manservant? We never did, I don't think.
What? Like his
Yeah.
chauffeur, you mean?
No, we
No.
Okay. All right. So I have a question for you.
I'm sure someone like you has a great many questions for me.
Thank you for understanding my intellect here. What were you doing with Master Lucian?
I was trying to kill him.
I get.
Aren't you already aware of that?
I gathered that much, but like, why? What was the reasoning behind it? I mean, you.
So that he wouldn't kill me. Like, it's not a complicated thing.
I mean,
he trained me. I decided to use my power for, my own gain.
selfish, got it.
Don't really...
Selfish, I got
What?
it. Okay.
Don't really care who I hurt. Like, he's gonna come after me.
So, what you're saying is you're very bad.
Aren't you a smuggler?
Well, I mean, I'm a transporter of various goods, and I do provide certain services that involve sometimes moving questionable things. I typically try not to ask too many questions about what goes into my cargo holds. Saves me a lot of issues when it comes to me getting caught up. But what does that have to do with anything? I wouldn't classify myself as being bad. I mean, I do a lot of good too. I mean, look at this gentleman right here. I put him into a backup tank when he was hurt. That would you have done something like that?
So if you're somebody that moves things from one location to another, if, say, I wish to be moved from this location back to my own planet, how much would that cost me?
You shot at me. I don't necessarily do business with people who try to kill me. Or my friends.
Everyone has a price.
I wouldn't say everyone has a price. I'm gonna just sideways glance at Jacen and be like, "Do you know anything about this?"
I'm sorry. I have no idea. I haven't seen him before, right?
No, because you were at his mansion, but you didn't see him. You saw his Wookiee bodyguard and try to kill him.
I forgot about
that. But you haven't actually met him, no.
I could try to bring up the whole voice and mind thing and ask her to.
So you're asking him if he was the voice in your mind? Okay. Yes. I was hoping to get you to free me.
What?
I could offer you a very lucrative position.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, we're not interested.
Isn't there anything you want?
No.
Your ship, perhaps.
I already have plans in the works to reacquire it. Actually, I don't really need.
I'd be tempted to say, because my whole lore is I'm looking for Jedi info and how to learn things and lightsabers and stuff, and acquire an actual one.
So do you say anything about that, Jacen?
I'm gonna go with that, since I still wouldn't mind finding a lightsaber, because it could potentially improve.
So, what are you saying exactly? That you want to be trained? You're looking to be trained further as a Jedi, or you're looking for a lightsaber? What exactly are you saying?
Just for skill clarification, I can't actually learn the other things, right? Or can I? Say, I could learn control.
Control and alter? You can if you find a master. Ooh. So what exactly are you saying? I also need to quickly check.
Can you also quit rolling dice?
One. I haven't actually been rolling dice in a while. I just kind of been fiddling around with them. But yeah, like just so you're. So what exactly are you saying?
Remember who you are.
I would say in my mind, I'm already thinking of a way to like screw him over, so to speak, like and get a lightsaber. Because I do know like that he killed the other guy like that we found in the basement, or like there's a high probability that he killed him.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, I'm still assuming
Okay,
so, because I mean, of course, he's not in there without a reason.
Mm.
So I'd say I'm probably just saying like I'm looking to get a lightsaber.
I could help you get a lightsaber.
Why don't you
Well,
just take his? We took his off of it.
true. Is there a way I could get his? Just like be like, later.
Sny had taken his lightsaber.
That's right. Wait, did Snipe take it? I thought Mira picked it up because she didn't want him to have it.
Sny, they were arguing about it, but Sny ended up taking it. And you had been told earlier that he was off base or something. He was on some assignment or something. Yeah.
I just look at Jacen. I'm just like, I mean, we could probably make one. They don't look that complicated. Don't they have like a little thingy that you just got to put into it and make a little beam and it lights up and hurts?
It's very easy to injure yourself creating a lightsaber if you don't know what you're doing. And I have a feeling the two of you would not know what you were doing.
I mean, I probably have like a little bit of knowledge about it, but not enough to make it actually.
But yes, I can help you get a lightsaber, and I can help you get your ship back. All it takes is for you to release me. I want each of you to make a perception roll.
Perception?
Yes, perception.
I do have it up.
Okay. 13 for Yoweee. And 9 for Recon. Okay.
Stealthy as always.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yoweee, what you realize, like I was saying earlier, there are guards in here or whatever, but you also realize they don't seem to have they don't seem to be making any kind of recognition that they are that about in regards to this conversation, because this guy is blatantly trying to bribe you to let him go, and the guards don't seem to even notice. Recon, you don't notice this though.
I'm still trying to figure out how to make a lightsaber in my head.
Well, I'd say I'd ask him for some, does he have some sort of a proof that he could actually help me? Because I mean, in my mind, I keep in mind what we found. I'm highly suspecting him that he has killed that guy that was in the base.
He's like, I mean, I had a lightsaber on me. I know you weren't you were conscious when I was around.
Had a lightsaber.
Yeah, that's what I said. I had a lightsaber on me. You weren't conscious around me, but your friend here can attest that I had a lightsaber.
He wielded it very poorly, by the way, seeing as he's in. just facts, pointing it out. Obviously, if you were super good with lightsaber, you could do that little swinging thing and not get hit by a blaster or whatever they're called. The deflection. There we go. The little deflection.
I mean, I was kind of in the middle of a lightsaber battle against a Jedi Master at the same time.
I'm just saying, you could be better.
And you could be better at your job as well. If so, you might not have been arrested by the Imperials for transporting spice.
Allegedly, all right? I'm getting really tired of people saying that I'm just like a transporter of spice. Like it's my like it's a hobby or something. You know, it's literally not. If it was in there, hey, you know, whatever. But it's not like I was like, hey, Jaquan, did you want me to move some of the spice for you and give it to Clarence? I mean, that's not how it works. It's yeah.
Like Clarence the Hutt, or a different Clarence?
We don't need to put, you know, labels to people, okay? I mean, if there is a Clarence the Hutt, then there's a Clarence the Hutt. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Clarences out there. Clarence is a very common name.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the galaxy, you know? Anyway, I don't trust him, Jacen. He tried to kill me. And he's insulting my livelihood.
Is he like trying anything? Like, since you already tried to get in my head, like, is he trying more than just like maybe trying to control me or something? He seems he has a high enough level that he could do things like that.
What you could do, let's see here. I'm going to say, if you want, you can do a sense roll to try and figure out if he's trying to influence you. And because you have a dark side point, your force skills, when you roll them, are actually increased by 1d.
Ooh.
Because, like, normally your sense is what? What is your sense normally? 1d. So you'll be rolling 2d instead of just 1. Because of your dark side point. Because the dark side is quicker. So dark side points do give you an advantage to your force skills.
If I just shoot this guy in the head, can I have a dark side skill too?
No. You
keep that in mind.
First of all, you as a non-force user, you would need to be using a force point to be able to get a dark side point. So you have to use a force point and then do something evil. Force user is just any time they do something evil. But secondly, it's only to increase the force skills, which you don't have anyway. So other skills don't get affected by dark side points. So you rolled a 10. As far as you can tell, as soon as like your headache stopped and like back when you were in the cafeteria, like he hasn't tried anything since then. All he was doing was like basically sending you messages, and that was it.
So
well, as tempted as I would be, I'm just gonna follow fellow Rican over here and like not agree to whatever he's saying. I don't believe him.
If you could really create, like, we don't know that you were like if you created the lightsaber, you could have just found it.
I mean, you could also ask your friend Mira. Like, she knows that, you know, creating a lightsaber is part of Jedi training. If you don't trust me, you can ask her.
Well, how do we know that once you're free, quote unquote, that you're even going to get Jacen here his lightsaber? You could very well just turn on us like you did at the cave and just try to kill us again.
The cave, you were helping to protect Master Lucian. Now you're not.
Well, I mean, once you go, if you go free, I mean, you're just going to attempt to kill him again anyway, aren't you? So technically, I would still be protecting him at some point in time. Yeah, you didn't think I was that logical, did you? Mm-hmm. That's what you get. Don't address.
I know you also, in addition to wanting your ship back, I know you're also in some debt. I could help you with that as well.
I mean, I might owe a couple credits to a few people. It's not that big of a deal.
How many is a couple?
You know, couple people of like 10,000 credits each or something.
That's pocket change for me.
I think we're getting off topic here, right? I mean, you're in here. You tried to kill us. Whether or not we were trying to save Master Lucian or not, it shouldn't play any role in my decision with you. It's you tried to kill me. That's bottom line. And I'm sure you probably would have killed Jacen here too if you would have saw him inside that back tank at the end of the fight.
I don't know. Jacen seems like he has potential. He could be a great Force user one day.
I know he's really good at swimming in back tanks. No offense, Jacen. I just heard some stories. So what's the has anybody talked to you about what you're going to be doing in here from now to like the rest of your life?
They don't really know what to do with me. Like, let's be honest here. The Rebel Alliance is not exactly a organized group. You know, their whole goal is fighting the Empire. I'm not really like their enemy. So here's the thing. There's a chance they'll eventually let me go anyway. Because keeping me here is just inviting danger. If you free me now, though, you can get something out of it. Because, well, I'm sure they might let me go eventually. I don't know how long it'll be, and, you know, I do have a life, a business, and such to get back to. You'd actually be doing them a favor by getting me out of here sooner.
Quit talking. I need to think about something. Could get my ship back. Could have all my debt paid off. I mean, I really do want my ship back. Jacen could get a lightsaber.
The question: can I choose the color?
What?
The question is, can I choose the color?
I mean, yeah, like when you make a lightsaber, you do know enough to know that like part of what you need for a lightsaber is a type of crystal, and depending on what kind you get, that determines the color. That's also like why the Sith always have red lightsabers, because they actually see the Jedi use natural crystals. The Sith make their own, and the process that's used to make artificial ones always results in red ones. So you do know this. You don't know the details of like where you find these crystals or how the Sith make theirs, but you do know that there's a crystal involved which determines the color.
You know, Mira would probably kill us, right?
Probably. We are in the advantage. It's two versus one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's Mira. It'll be, for me personally, it'd be kind of awkward to do something like, her and I go way back, like childhood, way back. But why are we even pondering this?
I mean, we are clearly interested.
Well,
Tempted at the very least. I mean, we can do what any reasonable person would do. We flip a coin. You don't happen to have a coin, right? You have all your dice. I'm sure you have a coin.
Do roll 1d2. I assume that would work as a coin flip, with like, one being heads, two being tails, or vice versa.
Okay, so that does work.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah.
Are we really doing this?
Not yet. I really hope Kim's not watching.
Probably not, because I mean, the whole reason she's not here is because she has other stuff up or something. But
let me send her a space matches real quick.
Yeah, she's getting a Star Wars tattoo, which is why she's missing the Star Wars RPG. So it is still Star Wars related what she's doing.
Let me send her a space message.
No, so like, all right, so Jacen, he doesn't seem like a very reliable person. Just in my personal experience with dealing with him, I mean, he's gonna be that guy that's like, okay, well, free me, and I will go ahead and get the stuff that I promised you. We free him, and then he probably kills us.
True.
Now, what we could potentially do is, can he hear us?
I'm listening.
Are you still standing in front of his cell?
We kind of like turned our back to him. We could probably hear him.
You just kind of turned around and you're just kind of whispering.
Basically, we didn't like move away from the cell or anything.
Okay. I mean, you're not sure if you can hear you or not, but
all right. So what we could do, all right? What we could do is be like, hey, if you have like schematics on how to build a lightsaber, and if you can arrange to have the coin at a certain, or you can tell us how to get the coin from your business, estate, whatever, then when we have that in hand, we could arrange for you to get free. We could just tell them that until we get the stuff,
We can do that.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
Basically, we screw him over.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, let's do that.
I'm 100% down.
Okay. So you're going to be basically telling him all that jazz.
He's gonna kill us, dude.
Okay, so you're trying to convince him that. Yeah, just say what you're saying to him.
All right, the car. We have possibly came up with a great solution that might prove to be benefit to both of us, or all three of us rather. So, if you can provide us first with the schematics to build a lightsaber, as well as the credits up front.
You realize I'm in a holding cell here, right?
Well, I mean, you have to have some, access codes or something for your estate that we could go and gather up the items that we need. We need some assurances, basically, is what it boils down to. That you're not just going to have us free you and then suddenly you just get us killed or whatnot. We need to make sure that we have what we want, and then you could have what you want the most, your freedom to do as you. As you said, it's pocket change for you, and the lightsaber thing.
Well, yeah.
Every potential Jedi can build one. It's not like it's a super secret.
No. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way I can, anything I can give you that would allow you to go get this without my people trying to kill you. Because they know I was captured. You go in, knowing my access codes and whatnot. Are they gonna realize that we've made a deal, or are they just going to shoot you on sight?
Well, I mean, we can definitely call ahead.
It would be a
we
lot
can call
easier.
ahead of time, and who would be the person in charge in your stead?
And before it's the Wookiee. Probably not have said that, but now he's gonna do that.
No. See, I just need to think of what I can tell you to tell them that, they'll believe you. That, you're not just playing some kind of a con on them.
Yeah, I mean, look at us. We look like people who are like good with cons. I mean,
if you could get me a communicator in here, it would certainly be a lot easier. Give me a. If you could get a personal comm link, but with jury rig to go out to the long range comm link that I'm sure this base has, I could get in contact with my people and let them know.
Well, you see, that would be obviously a great solution to this little dilemma. The only thing is that you're on a secret alliance base, and prisoners having communicators is probably not the best thing in the world.
I'm sure you'll have to keep this a secret, but I'm sure you can also jury rig it so that, you can keep track of who I'm talking to, and if anything goes wrong, you can, turn it off with the flip of a switch.
Aren't you aren't you supposed to have some kind of, safe word or something like that? Aren't you
I run a business, not a BDSM dungeon.
So you should look at some of your employees. I wouldn't know anything about the Wookiee stuff though. All right, let me figure this out. Again, who would be the second person in charge next to you at your business estate thing?
Well, person currently running things at my mansion would be my my new head of security. After the old one suffered some injuries and is currently healing.
What happened to him?
Someone tried slicing his throat.
What? Barbaric.
But
I said that's barbaric.
But my temporary head of security would be running things at the mansion currently. As for my business, that would be my second in command running that.
Your business would have the credits, and do you have schematics for this lightsaber? Or is it just something that's in your head?
I have stuff in my computers back home. Yeah, I have schematics for lightsabers. I actually have quite a few schematics for lightsabers from various eras and various lightsabers as well. I'm a bit something of a collector.
Oh. So we wouldn't technically not actually have to build a lightsaber for...
You wouldn't even need to build one. I could just give him a lightsaber once we got there.
Well, I mean, like I said again, we just have to have, like, you know, reassurances that, you know, we can... Obviously, you understand you're not exactly the most trustworthy guy in the universe.
No, I understand that.
Okay, so clearly you understand our dilemma when it comes to, like, hey, let's free this guy who tried to kill us and hope he keeps his end of the bargain.
1 second. There we go. I'm not sure why there's a delay for recall, but my delay should now be gone. When I'm doing video game streams, I need to have a delay on so that, like, I'm in sync with the video game because there's a delay on that. And I forgot.
Am I in sync?
Forgot to turn that off. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Normally I remember to do that while setting up. Today I apparently forgot. Like, you want...
Testing synciness.
Because, yeah, if there's any delay right now, very slight one.
Yeah.
Because that's just right now, like, OBS capturing both the video and the audio from Discord, which, I guess it could be capturing the audio and video at slightly different, a slight delay from each other, but, yeah. If it's very slight, though, we're not going to worry about it, because, other than myself forgetting to change, like, myself or whatever, everything else is the same way, you know, I always do, so, if there's a slight delay, it's probably always been there. Keeps growing, though? My delay should be gone. Or, I mean, also might be a slight delay just from... I guess for mine, it's capturing audio through my mic and then video from Discord. But... How big of a delay is it?
I just have your stream open, so I just, like, say something and then I listen to it on your stream.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Like 0.5 seconds. Yeah, okay. Don't think we're going to worry about it. Note.
Yeah.
No delay for Joey. Which is weird because there shouldn't be any difference because,
or any of us, yeah.
like, for me, I could see there being a slight difference because it's going for my audio through the mic, not through Discord. But everything else, like, for you two, it should be the same. But anyway, we won't worry about that. So we'll get back to what we were at. What was the last thing said?
He was telling us who hit, or we were talking about getting a lightsaber that's already built.
Yes.
I mean, do you want your own lightsaber, Jacen, or did you want to just anyone is fine?
I'd be looking at the end game, not the movie, by the way.
No spoilers. I've seen it, but people in chat might not have. Recon might not have. I don't know.
But I'd say, like, if I'd have the schematics, I can always produce more later, so to speak. So that's probably more. I wouldn't say convenient, but it's better for myself in thought. Like, I can always make another one. I'd be more down for having a schematic in terms than having an actual saber, or like getting given one.
Makes sense. I mean, then you could just, it's always more fun to build your PC than it is to just buy one that's already pre.
True.
All right, Ikar. We need to think of the best way of going about this. Just plainly put, there's no way we can give you a communicator. That would impose too many things that could go wrong. And as much as an upstanding person that you are, that I'm sure you would not do anything to circumvent, the plan that we have set before. I would rather just keeping things as simple as possible. You need something from us. Like you actually need something from us. We would like to have a couple things from you, but we don't necessarily need them from you in particular. So I think we should go with the original plan and just acquire the things off your computer, acquire the credits from your estate. Once we have those in hand, who knows? Maybe this energy field will suddenly disappear.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you a security codes to get into my mansion. And passwords to access the schematics on my computer, and to access my accounts. I have a one of my backup accounts that will provide you the money you need to pay off your debts. So I can provide you with those, and I can give you a message that you can give to my temporary chief of security, which he will hopefully accept as genuine.
Sounds amazing. Like we can even do like a digital recording of you so that he knows it's you in person rather than just like a voice one, where it's just like, hey, I'm who I say I am, blah blah blah. Yeah, see, I've completely thought this out clearly.
Clearly. Yeah. Do you have recording equipment on you?
No, I gotta go grab it actually.
Yeah.
I know there was like some hollow vids that were inside the transport. I'm sure they have it for like keeping medical records and medical notes of people, patients.
So like a hollow recorder or like.
There we go. Yeah, hollow recorder. Could not
Uh,
remember the name.
no, there wasn't one on the medical ship, was there? Or
No, I mean
oh,
I didn't really check the medical ship. I was just
oh,
saying that just
okay.
offhanded.
Yeah, yeah. You don't remember seeing anything on there. You wouldn't be surprised if like there's a good chance there's some somewhere on the base. You wouldn't know where though. Uh,
It's okay. I'm sure I can just ask anybody. Hey, you guys have a spare hollow recorder?
I mean, Jacen might know. Jacen, make a knowledge roll. Yeah, uh, you know where there's a few in one of the storage rooms uh, for you know if they're needed for any purposes or whatever. So yeah, so I'm assuming you're just going to grab one.
Yep.
Yeah, two of you together, or just like.
Um, I mean, we could probably go together and just talk about this, out of earshot.
Okay. So yeah, you're walking there. Go ahead, and if you're talking while you're walking, go ahead and talk.
These boots were made for walking. Oh,
That's just what I'll do.
yeah. So I think this is an awesome plan. Like we're gonna get the things that we would like to get from him, and then kind of just just leave him high and dry. Let him go off with whatever it is he has to do here. I mean they might very well let him go. We don't know for sure. What they're gonna do with.
True, and like he
And
said, we might as well get something out of it.
exactly. I mean, dude, he could give us like some stuff. Like you want that lightsaber schematic stuff? I mean, we can probably even pocket a couple more of the lightsabers that are there. Maybe just like take them apart and figure out how they really work and all that. You could have dual lightsabers.
The question: do I need an actual skill for dual wielding? Or just get like a what is it? Did you get like a penalty, but you get more damage, but like you get a penalty for hitting.
No, dual wielding in this game will be the same as just like making two attacks with a single weapon. So like if you're making multiple attacks in a single turn, you're getting the disadvantage on the rolls, but it doesn't matter if it's from one weapon or two or whatever. So
Okay.
so there's no difference
I'm
between
just
like
curious.
yeah. There's no difference between shooting one weapon twice or shooting two weapons once each. As far as like rules go, as far as like character choice go, like you have a character that's dual wielding that could just be that gives your character a bit of extra flavor to them or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, you get down to the storage area, grab yourself a hollow recorder, and
Did the guards notice us like just leaving?
yeah, the guards. Well,
Okay.
I mean, the guards, were there. They watched as you left, so.
Okay. They weren't like in a daze or a trance or anything like that.
I want both of you to roll me a perception.
Okay.
Okay, 13 for recon. Try without the period. There we go. A 12 for Joey.
I'm lazy. I'm using my Stream Deck.
So they didn't seem to be in any kind of a daze or anything, but you are realizing that like they didn't say anything like as you went out or anything. They didn't really like
Care.
yeah. They weren't in a daze. Like they were like standing like normally, and they were like keeping their eyes on the car and such, and like they seemed to be acting normal, except for the
They were
fact
just oblivious to us.
they were essentially oblivious to your presence. Yeah.
Yeah. They probably just had better things to do. They don't really care about it. Anyway. All right. So shall we go and get our thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I assumed that's what we're doing anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna continue with the plan. This
Okay.
completely thought out of and foolproof.
Very foolproof. Very
Definitely.
foolproof. So yeah. So you go back in and with Hollow Recorder and point. Are you just pointing it right at him to record with the guards there? Who you realize are not even like, doing anything about your presence here.
So there's guards on either side of the cell?
No, okay, so like there's the door when you enter like this hallway area with like
Right.
the cells on either wall and then one at the end. They're right on the other side. They're right on the door that like against by the door that like you come into to enter this hallway area.
Oh. Okay.
So like they can see his cell because like they just look down the hallway or whatever, but they're not at his cell.
Okay. I'm going to ask Jacen to basically like how big is this Hollow Recorder? How big? Like how much of a footprint does this Hollow Recorder have? Is it just like handheld? Is it like data pad size?
It's basically like a camcorder. Like
okay.
Like
I will ask.
like
I will.
kind of normal size.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask Jacen to kind of just like body block the view of me holding the Hollow Recorder, and I'm just gonna like have it like kind of like at my chest area, and just like have it pointed at him, like, okay, go ahead and say your greetings and let them know that everything's peachy keen.
Okay, I want you to make a hide sneak roll recon. And Yoweee, I want you to make a. Let's go with a con roll for you.
Making my buttons really easy today.
We totally got this, dude. Jesus.
An 8 for Yoweee, okay.
Anyway.
You both made an 8. Got an 8, okay.
We're soul linked.
Okay, so yeah, you're holding the Hollow Recorder while Yowee's like standing behind you, kind of like trying to like make himself look a bit big, trying to be like kind of trying to look casual about it, totally not looking casual about it. And yeah, so you point the Hollow Recorder at a car who is basically a car who is basically saying, you like, this is a car. These two gentlemen are being sent, with my permission to get some stuff from my computers. I am not being coerced in any way by them, so, let them have what they want. Okay, yeah.
and then I'm just gonna like casually like turn the holo recorder to my face, and then I'm gonna like, Jacen, look this way real quick, and then I'm gonna point it at his face, like, yeah, we got these two faces for the two gentlemen, and then then I'll end the recording.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you do that, and then the guards don't seem to be actually noticing anything somehow.
Excellent. I don't think the guard saw us.
You think?
So what are you doing now?
I'm gonna just casually put the holo recorder, away,
Okay.
underneath the, I guess, under my jacket. I guess I actually forgot what I was wearing. And yeah, we'll just be like, okay, we'll keep in touch, Akar. Hopefully everything goes well.
So yeah, and Carl also told you the passwords and everything you needed and such. So.
Okay.
So now, what are you two doing? Now that you have this information you have what you need to, in theory, get past Ikar's people and access his stuff.
Yeah, I think we are well onto our way of, completing our personal mission here.
Master plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
100% fall proof.
Yes. There is 0 chance of this failing.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll just stow away not stow away, but we'll put away the recorder. And then I guess we could. I am actually kind of curious about what Sandra is doing.
Okay. Are you going to be asking around about her?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask around and see where she's at. Because I wouldn't really know the general, right?
No, you would have seen the general, but you haven't
seen him. Yeah,
you haven't talked to her or anything. Yoweee would probably, or Jacen would probably know where Sandra's quarters are as well. Yeah, because, well, maybe, I don't know.
Why would you know where her quarters are? Riddle me this.
Well, no, just because she's one of the senior members at the base or whatever, so she does have she has been operating out of the space for a while, and she also has some of the nicer corridors or whatever. She like I was saying before that he has to share quarters with somebody else. She's one of the people that actually gets her own corridors.
Oh.
So a lot of people know who have their own quarters because it's those are because pretty much it's as soon as somebody that has their own quarters either gets transferred away or dies, it's everybody's putting in the requests for those quarters.
Yeah, I got it. All right, so where be this Sandra?
Apparently, I know. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm asking Jacen. Yeah, hey, do you know where Sandra's at?
Wait, I know, right?
Yeah. You do know.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, I do know where she is.
Okay, lead the way. And
and then move along.
Okay, yeah. Go down the hallways, make your way there. Getting past a few rebels, but not too many. Well, at this point, it's still somewhere in the equivalent of 4 a.m. or something. So yeah, so you pass the occasional rebel, but overall it's pretty empty at this time of night. Hallways, get to her quarters. Doors close. You're knocking or like ringing the bell, or like the chime or whatever.
Well,
because like it's Star Wars, so like you just hit the button and to beep. You wait a bit or whatever, and like she comes, the door opens or whatever. She's like wiping some gunk out of her eyes or whatever. She's still in her flight suit or whatever, but she's clearly been sleeping and such. And she's like, "What? What's going on?"
Oh, I didn't know you were resting this late at night. I just wanted to inform you that Jacen awoke from the backup tank.
Already?
Yeah, it was really confusing, and I just wanted you to know. I completely forgot what time it was, so I'm literally just playing this off like this is the only reason why I want to wake up. I thought you would definitely want to know that he woke up really early, and he's here.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
So I'm awake.
Is that all?
Yeah. In case you needed to ask him anything. But yeah, it's super late, and that was just like something that I wanted to make sure you knew about for tomorrow morning when you wake up. So in case you had other questions and stuff. But we're gonna go grab some Z's. Yeah. You have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
Okay. Door closes and yeah.
I forgot it's really late at night. Do you think maybe we should just like rest until the morning when everybody's awake?
You could always just leave right away. Like, how far do we have to travel? Wait, do those things have like autopilot and we can sleep on the way?
I mean, you had taken the medical ship from the planet that
Imperial base, yeah.
Yeah, where what? Oh, before that, because the medical ship you had taken from the Star Destroyer in orbit of the planet or whatever, right? And you gone down to the planet and then came here and then went to the Imperial base. But so it would still have like the coordinate. You just have to like it would still have the coordinates for where that planet that where a car has like his mansion and everything.
Oh right, I got you.
So yeah, you could just like if
I mean we could just leave, but I mean, don't you think it would be maybe ideal to have Sai or Mira with us too? 4
True.
bodies better than 2 bodies.
True.
And I mean, we could just tell them that, like, hey, we came across these codes and stuff. Like, if we really want to, like, raid, or better yet, let's just say, hey, a car is here. Let's go back to his estate now and see what other information we could acquire. And then when we're there, we can just be like, hey, we opened up this drawer and now there's passcodes. That makes sense, right? And then if things get really sticky, I'm sure we could talk our way out of it. We're a really good talker. I mean, we just got codes from some Jedi person. I mean, imagine.
I think my character will always be like, now I tell you about the whole, since I'm the person like, who slit the throat of that former guard, so that we might need to look for something that for the sky.
That was you?
That might have been me.
I'm just like, what? Why would you slit his throat? Or try to slit? How do you not slit his throat? That's what I'm confused about. They keep saying like the Wookiee, someone tried to slit. how do you almost try to slit somebody's throat? It's not a hard thing to do. It's literally dragging the blade across someone's neck. Why was that difficult?
My sword might have been a little bit rusty. I only have a
You try to
very
cut
low
a
quality.
throat with a rusty sword? Dude, that's messed up. Really? That's like trying to cut someone's eye out with a spoon or something. That's horrible.
I mean, you should know the things I can do with a spoon.
All right. Okay. So I mean, the Wookiee's fine. You know, apparently he's just like rehabilitating that really hard encounter. Jesus. Okay. Maybe we should just rest on this and then probably like say get a team together, because the last thing we want to do is to turn this foolproof plan into something that could basically just buckle. So let's sleep on it. Let's make sure we got a team together, and then we can just push this plan into action.
That sounds like a plan for a plan.
We're so gonna die. I'm gonna send you my my next character sheet here tomorrow.
Okay. So, so you're just going to be getting some sleep now for the night. Yeah, Yoweee, you have quarters. Recon. Actually, by random coincidence, turns out Yowee's last roommate was actually one of the people that was killed on this mission to this Imperial base planet or whatever. So, you've actually been given you've been made his temporary roommate for as long as you stay on the base.
Temporarily?
As long as you stay alive.
As long as you stay alive. Yeah. So, are you just going to get some sleep then?
Yep. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure that I'm probably beat from the mission itself, so I'm surprised that I was still on my feet.
Okay. Yoweee, are you top bunk or bottom bunk?
He's totally bottom.
You can be on top.
Okay. He's on top, you're the bottom bunk. Okay. Good to know, good to know. And you're also going to sleep, Yoweee?
Am I tired considering the fact that I've been sleeping for weeks?
And in the dead of night, Jacen tried to slit Khaljov's neck and failed.
Yeah, you're probably actually not that tired from spending all that time, in the back of the tank. So then what?
Is there anything else that could be done? Like I said, I'm thinking for like the planets of like I could like try to look around to see if I can find some sort of a disguise, because like there might still be people on that base that might recognize me from when I was there last time.
Okay, if you're looking for I mean, there's all sorts of things you can find to disguise yourself. Like, this is a rebel base, and rebels often go on like undercover missions or try to blend in. True. So yeah, you're able.
I recommend him dressing up as a Jawa.
Yeah, so you're able to find any kind of, or all sorts of disguise stuff. Any particular kind of disguise you're going for?
Like probably like a hood and like a mask or something.
Yeah. What color hood?
I'll take a dark blue one.
Can't find any dark blue hoods. You find some light blue hoods. You find various white, black. Well, not any white, but various like black and various shades of gray. You find a purple one.
Are there 50 shades?
Only 49.
Darn.
Yeah, so yeah, you find a purple one, you find various brown ones, tan, some green ones of varying shades.
To make all my friends proud, I'll go for purple.
Purple, okay. And you set a mask. Any kind of mask in particular you're looking for?
Anything that can just pretty much like hide majority of my face. Nothing really specific.
I mean, like, yeah, you find various different kinds of masks. Some that are just like, some that are like various like breathing apparatuses. Some that are just like just cover your face. Like some that will be used on like sand planet, like desert planets, to protect you from like the sand being blown in your face. You find some masks that would.
I don't like sand.
And like you find various like ones that will be like used in various different cultures and such. But yeah, you find plenty of masks.
It's a good look for you. I don't see this. I'm asleep, but
while you're like going around putting together your disguise, I want you to make me a sense roll.
Is that still with the dark side point?
Yeah, you still have your dark side point. If you're gonna have your dark side point for a while. If you want to get rid of your dark side point, what you have to do. Let's see here.
I mean, I want to keep it. I like this bonus.
Okay.
I'm just gonna solve Recon in his sleep.
So, okay, you rolled a 11. Okay, but I will let you know how you atone. So basically, through fasting, deep meditation, or ritual, a character may shed themselves of the stain of darkness. The process is long and rigorous. The character may continue to play while they are attempting to atone, but must consciously be purer than the pure. Doing anything that is even arguably wrong prevents atonement. Right now you would not be able to atone because you're kind of sneaking around and such, trying to. But yeah, as a general rule of thumb, if during session of play the player makes a point of telling you that they've attempted to atone, clearly worries about doing the right thing, and pays strict and close attention to doing the right thing, then they are attempting to atone. If they act like nothing happened, then they are not. If a player acts like this for 5 sessions of play, mentioning the attempt to atone in every one and clearly avoiding wrongful acts, then the dark side total goes down by 1. If a character acts in a questionable manner on even one expedition, they must start all over again. So that's how you get rid of it if you do eventually decide you want to.
Maybe someday.
a lot of work.
Yeah. Basically, it means being good and mentioning that you're trying to atone every session for 5 sessions in a row. But yeah.
As long as I don't do that, I keep my point.
Yes.
But wait, say I were to get a second. Do I get like a 3D on sense?
Yes.
Like, I'm failing to see the downside here.
I mean, I'm only getting bonuses.
Well, in the rules,
let me roll my 9D real quick on sense. That seems so broke. You just have like 9D and then like, let me use my force point for double the boat.
Well, see, the way it works, dark side points, here we go. Whenever a character gains a dark side point, the game master should roll 1d. If the die roll is less than the number of dark side points the character has accumulated, the character immediately goes over to the dark side and is now consumed by evil. As for what that actually means for gameplay purposes, the book says at that point your character gets taken away from you.
No.
I'm not going to take your character away from you, but there will still be consequences, which I am still working on figuring out.
Could probably say like if I were to do something like to use that kind of thing, like maybe get a penalty for the rest of the session.
Oh, and it'll be more than just a penalty for the session. There will be like long-term ramifications if that roll happens or whatever. But I'm still working on the specifics, so I would suggest avoiding getting dark side points, but I mean, it's up to you what you do. Just
I guess 1 point can't hurt too much, but I can imagine like the chance getting really high of something happening. Oh, I think we could just disconnect.
Yes. Did that happen last week as well? Or was that you that somebody disconnected last week?
I didn't necessarily disconnect, but my camera just would freeze.
Oh. Okay, he's back.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. That was weird. I wasn't
Yeah,
getting any audio, and I just...
Oh, yeah.
Matt, you missed me that I was gonna plan my assault on you to get a second dark side.
Would not surprise me, honestly. It would honestly not surprise me. Okay, let me just punch him in the face while he's asleep.
So your roll on sense was an 11. Okay.
I'm sure I'm good on that for now.
Then I also need you to make a... Let's make a general perception check.
Always getting those 3Ds. Literally, everything has been 3D today.
7, okay. So, all of a sudden, like, as you've been, like, going around the base, like, because, like, there's a few different locations where there's, like, different types of things stored that you've been looking through for your disguise and such, and you also realize that at some point, you picked up a comm link. You don't remember when you picked up a comm link. You don't...
I actually had one the entire time.
You have a comm link. This isn't your comm link. You have another comm link that you've been carrying around with you. You don't remember picking it up. You're not sure when you picked it up or why. But you have it in your hand. Are you doing anything with it?
I just shove it back in my pocket, I guess. Like, is it ringing or anything? Like, someone trying to count?
No.
Just shove it in my pocket then.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, you put together your outfit, and do you do anything else during the night?
No, I guess I just try to go in and sleep.
Get, like, just a couple hours in or whatever. Okay, yeah. Morning.
Wait, for shit single, can I do that atonement still now, like, before I go to bed? Like, I've not done anything bad right now, or does that thing, like, I'm gonna do it, still apply?
The atonement is, like, per session or whatever, so you need to, like, do that. And because already this session, you've been, sneaking around the rebel base, trying... You're planning to help out a guy that the rebels have locked up. So, like...
Allegedly wanting to help out the guy locked up. Allegedly. Like, there is an underlining...
Yeah, but the thing is...
I mean, it still applies, I think, what Eric's trying to say. Like, since
the rules...
we're planning to screw him over.
Well, the rules said, like, anything even, like, remotely questionable keeps the session from counting towards atonement. So, yeah.
What are you doing, dude?
And gotta get into character, right?
So yeah, so morning comes, and yeah, you two wake up you were up to like 4-ish a.m. or the local equivalent. So I'm assuming you probably sleep in a bit.
Of course. Yeah, smuggler. Like, definitely. I'm into like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. Eventually, you're you wake up, and what are you doing?
Well, our plan was to initially like team up with Mira and Snai.
That
Yes.
was
Because
what
like since we wanted to have a team to go there,
Yeah,
so to speak.
we would like to have a team.
Okay.
That's a general. But we can still go talk to like Sandra and stuff in the stead, just to see what's going on her end.
Okay.
We're gonna bother her again.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go say, hey, how you doing?
Okay. So where are you going then?
Central Command.
Central Command. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to the main command room, the base. There's it's during the day now, so like you're passing a lot more rebels in the hallways and such as you make your way there and such. There's definitely some looking at Yoweee, but despite the fact that there's a lot more rebel that you're passing, there's a lot less weird looks than last night. Presumably, the fact that he's woken up, words kind of spread around. So while they're still like weirded out by the fact that he got healed so fast, it's not. They at least know about it, so it's like it's not a surprise that they're seeing him walking around and such.
Right.
Yeah, so you make it to Central Command, where there's a bunch of people working various different computers. You notice it seems to be pretty busy in here. Like there's a lot of people some people running back and forth between different computers. There's a lot of people there's people yelling stuff across the room, and it seems there's something big going on right now.
Okay. Is Sandra in the room?
She is not.
Oh. Do I know anybody in the room?
You don't know. Jacen knows, recognizes a few people. He recognizes the general. He recognizes a few other higher ranking people, and as well as a computer technician, and possibly a few other people. But yeah.
I'd say I'd ask him since he said there was something going on or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or did they just mishear that?
Yeah. There is. There seems to be something big going on.
I'd say I'd ask him what's going on.
Who are you asking? Just
Whoever has the highest rank.
So the general, you're asking her?
Yeah.
She's like, there's some stuff going on. Like, I don't have time to, talk to you at the moment. She's kind of running back and forth between different, computers and looking that people are at, and looking at what they're doing and such and whatnot.
Just try to talk to the least busy, the person who's least busy. See or they know something.
Yeah, you see a computer technician who's lower rank, working on one of the computers, who's still busy at something, but doesn't seem to be doing anything quite as crucial. And this is a computer technician that you know. His name is Teskin. So yeah, you go up to him and you're like, hey, what you ask, what's going on or whatever, and he's like, uh, there's some ships that arrived. They seem to be searching for something. They don't look imperial, but we don't know who they are, and we don't know if they're looking for the base or what.
Well, I guess I want to stay away from that. Sure. I mean, I doubt they're looking for me. I doubt I've done anything.
They definitely wouldn't be looking for me. I mean, it's not like I owe anybody anything or anything like that, so I would not have any reason to suspect that they're after me. Right? All right. I'm gonna just casually start to motion Jacen to walk with me out. And then maybe make our way over to Sandra's room again, and beep boop.
There's no answer.
I'm gonna stop the nearest rebel soldier and be like, "Hey, have you guys seen Sandra?"
Yeah, I think she went out with some of the other pilots. Get a squadron ready in case there was a fight.
Oh, okay. So okay, thanks. Carry on, soldier, and then I'm going to make our way to the
Okay, you make your way to the hangar, and as you go in there, you see a squadron of Y-wings taking off.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the hangar officer,
person in charge of the hangar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but the the ships and whatnot, the armadas and all that kind of stuff, they're basically considered Navy, correct? So, like, if you take into account like the admiral, an admiral is definitely something from like naval.
Yes.
Speak.
Yeah.
So, shipyards and whatnot would be considered docks and all that kind of stuff, correct?
Kind of, yeah. Like, what
okay.
are you...
Well, I was just more for like terminology.
Yeah.
For like the officers and all that.
I mean, for the rebels, they don't at this point at least, don't really have naval stuff because in Star Wars, like the big capital ships are considered kind of naval, whereas fighters are would be more like Air Force equivalent type thing, which uses the same rank system as Army, which is what a lot of rebels would also be because of ground forces or whatever. So rebels mostly would use the Air Force Army rank system.
Yeah. Okay. So I go and try to find the person with the most colorful shoulder stuff.
I mean, at this rebel base, also this isn't exactly this is kind of a bit of a smaller base or whatever. So while a lot of the rebels have uniforms, not a lot of them don't even have uniforms, and of the ones that do, only a few actually have any kind of rank insignia. But yeah,
okay. I go and tap the shoulder of some supposed engineer working on a ship and be like, "Hey, do you know where? Have you guys seen? Does Sandra have a rank? Would I know if she has a rank or anything like that, or just say, hey, you guys seen
Sandra? Doesn't have a rank that you're aware of.
Okay, hey, have you guys seen Sandra?
Yeah, she was just leading the Y-wing squadron that took off.
Okay. Well, I have a comm link, right? I can just talk to her, right? What's the frequency that they're using?
I mean, at the moment, you wouldn't know what comm frequencies they're using for
Oh, I was
ship.
asking the
Oh,
engineer guy.
uh, I don't know. I'm just an engineer. Like
Oh.
I'm not doing uh, ship formation stuff or whatever.
All right, who's in charge here? This area, not the base. I know who's in charge of the base. Who's in charge of this hangar?
Um, you find you looking around, you find somebody that does seem to be uh looks a bit more important or whatever, is in charge. You don't recognize him, but or although actually
Okay.
you would recognize him from when you've been through here, coming and going or whatever.
Just not personally.
You don't know him, but yeah, you recognize his
Yeah.
face or whatever.
I'm like, oh wait, all right. He looks familiar. Let me go talk to him.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hi. My name's Khaljov. I came in with Sandra and the rest of the people from the you know, and I had a question for Sandra. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with all this stuff that's going on. Do you have any idea how I can get a hold of her?
What do you need to ask her? Because
What is going on?
well, there's some kind of ships that dropped out of hyperspace half an hour ago. We're trying to figure out who they are, what they're doing, if they're looking for us, what's going on. Sandra's leading a Y-wing squadron that are, if they attack, we're ready to fight back.
Yeah, we don't have any idea what their game plan is as of right now.
The people that arrived here,
yeah,
we don't know. We don't know who they are, what they're doing here. But if they attack, we want to be ready for it.
Okay. What do we know what their last position was? Like, are they in orbit? Are they descending?
They have 5 ships, and they're flying over the planet, each of them over different areas, and they're 5 ships.
5 ships.
5 ships. They're flying around. They're looking for I don't know what. Hopefully not us, but probably us. I don't know. I don't know who they could be though. They're not. They're not Imperial ships, but I mean, it could be that the Empire, hiring pirates or bounty hunters
Yeah, I agree with you. That's probably the most likely thing. All right. Thank you very much. Continue on the good fight and carry on.
You too.
And then okay. Yes, sir. Yes. And then I walk off. So after we're at it earshot or whatever, I need to. So there's, I mean, it's highly unlikely. Talking to Jacen, it's very unlikely, but there is a possibility, that some people that I might owe money to, could be involved. I mean, again, 5 ships for me, that's kind of absurd, but it's just putting that out there in case something does happen. They're like, hey, give us the smuggler that's in your yeah. So just want to put that out there.
I'll just use my Jedi mind tricks. This is not the smuggler you're looking for.
Yes, I'd appreciate
If
that. I'm gonna
I
go
don't think I
check on
have
the.
that, right?
I'm gonna. I'm
I don't
gonna.
have. I don't actually have that, right?
No. That will be you would need altar for that.
I'm gonna go check out the medical transport and just make sure everything's tip top shape on it. Just regular routine maintenance. Nothing out of the ordinary.
As long as you don't leave me, I'm good.
Oh, you would actually need control, sense, and alter for affect mind. So yeah, you need all 3 of the skills to be able to do that.
That's a lot.
But yeah, so yeah, you're going to check.
Someday.
You're going to check on the ship. The medical transport.
The transport.
It's there. It's in exactly the same condition you left it in.
So tip-top shape. It can be ready to leave in a moment's notice.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. I just wanted to make sure that it's all good. And okay, I'm just going to casually sit in it, and just the comms and whatnot work. So are the comms that are in the medical transport tied in with, say, the base? So like I could hear radio chatter and such. Given that Sandra was the last one to use it on the approach back to the base.
You could try doing a computer program repair on it, I would say, because like frequencies that they be set. Well, I mean, you can try turning them on or whatever, but like with the way communication works or whatever, like it's kind of like both sides accepting, because it's not like a radio. It's like it's both sides accepting a call type thing, or more sides or whatever. So you could try to get into the call between the base, or like because you're trying to listen on the base is talking to the fighters, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you could try to, but that would require a computer program or repair to get into, or possibly a security.
I'll do the program.
Okay.
Excellent.
12. No. You pick up. You start picking up some kind of conversation, and then you realize that what you're picking up is just a holovid that like somebody has like running on a computer that's connected to the Wi-Fi or equivalent.
Gotcha.
Whatever the equivalent is. Yeah.
And I'm just going to listen to it for a little bit because I'm enthralled.
It's a soap opera. The one character found out the other character is cheating on them, but with their twin, who like was recently discovered to still be alive, and yeah.
Jacen, this is really good. All right. Okay. I mean, again, I was just mostly checking to make sure that the ship was tip-top shape. The fuel cells.
Yeah, it's fully fueled.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Jacen, we really need to know what's going on up there. So, you're obviously more well known than I am at the command center. So let's just head on over there and see if we could hear whatever it is that they're talking about. When they make contact.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm actually going to let Jacen lead the way to the command center, and I'll just be like next to him.
Okay, so you go back to the command center. Yeah, there's still a lot of people busy trying to look over sensor readings and keep track of what's going on. You occasionally do hear somebody talking to Sandra, but it's mostly just things like hold your position. Have they made any moves yet? They have, or have they made do they seem to have found anything yet? No, not yet. It's very basic stuff or whatever. It's a lot of everyone's waiting for something to happen, and they're checking everything, trying to make sure that as soon as something does happen, they're ready for it. Like, you don't really learn, they don't seem to know, they don't recognize these ships. They don't know who they belong to. There's no the ships aren't sending out any kind of transponder signal identifying them. There's no obvious markings on them. The 5 ships, their designs aren't unknown, but they're 5 entirely different types of ships, made by different companies. So there's not any kind of
would I recognize any of the companies?
Oh yeah. One of the ships is a YT whatever, the Millennium Falcon. Not the exact same type as the Millennium Falcon, but another series in that line type thing.
Okay.
And
I wouldn't are we seeing pictures of these things? Or just overhearing hey, there's a Type T series, whatever.
You might be seeing some stuff if you're looking around at the computer screens and such, whatever. So yeah, there's that one. There's one that is kind of a similar design to the Slave One, Boba Fett's ship or whatever. That kind of a again, not the exact same class, but similar type of ship. The other 3 you don't exactly recognize but they're all very similar. These are kind of ships. They're all the type of ships that are often used by smugglers, bounty hunters, pirates, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so the savory type, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to casually, sit, or not sit, but I'm going to be standing, arms folded, kind of look like official, and not say anything next to one of the communications officers.
Okay.
And just listen in, just.
Okay. Yeah.
Nod my head a couple times every now and then, just like.
Okay.
I really just want to know what's going on.
Okay, you're sitting there for a while, as you're also seeing if you're glancing around, you're occasionally seeing the map readouts. Well, actually, no, in the center of the room, there's kind of a hologram of the planet, and it's kind of showing 5 dots for the 5 ships as they're kind of each exploring different sections, and you're starting to notice that all 5 of them, they all start at different points and they're kind of moving around, but you're starting to realize they're all converging. They're all kind of slowly moving towards the base.
But I wouldn't have too much of a. I wouldn't even have much of an inkling as to know what kind of. Because ships don't. I mean, it's not like ships are flying flags, so I wouldn't really recognize any kind of features on the ship themselves, like identification.
A lot of ships will have a transponder thing, sending a signal identifying them. These ships are not doing that. Which again, in your line of work, you're familiar with ships not doing that.
Really?
I don't. You yourself, on your ship, you have a few different options you can choose between your main one, a few secondary ones, and just having it off entirely. Some ships also will have markings on it, identification stuff or whatever. These ones don't seem to have that though. Also, while this is going on, Yoweee, do you want to make me a sense roll and then a perception roll again?
Jeez.
Wait, any specific order or does it matter?
Sense roll first, then the perception roll. You have the 6 after the D? Okay, there we go. 5 and 8. Okay.
Jason's eyes turn red, and
Okay, so while Recon, I also want you to make me a perception roll.
cake.
Cake. 9.
Not a word, Yoweee. Not a word.
What is your hide sneak, Yoweee? Like, don't roll it. Just what is it? 3D.
That was a lot of dice.
Just trying to make Recon's dreams come true.
Okay. Recon, something you all of a sudden notice is that Jason's kind of against the one wall, and like he's muttering something into a comm link.
He's muttering something into a comm.
Yes.
Okay. And I noticed this.
You notice this.
Okay. I'm gonna just tilt my head a bit. I'm obviously not really gonna think too much of it. I'm just gonna like, who are you talking to?
And Yoweee, you all of a sudden realize that you're holding this comm link. You have no memory of talking into it, or like, and this is the same one you had like been holding yesterday or last night or whatever that you had just stuffed into your pocket, so you didn't know where you got it from.
Wait, what?
You were,
I didn't realize anything. Like, I'm like,
You're just
where did it?
yeah, you're just like, why am I holding this? And like, you have no memory of like talking into it or anything.
Was I saying anything?
yeah, your lips were moving. You were like a little bit too far for me to hear what you were talking about, but you were like, it was pretty low. Like, but yeah, your lips were definitely moving, and you were like just like that.
Maybe I was thinking to myself. I don't remember.
Can I see that comm link?
I'm like, sure. I throw it like over, like.
Okay, I catch it, and can I tell like what what's it called, what frequency like it's on and such?
Yeah, you see that it's you can see like because it doesn't have like frequencies like radio. Like I was saying, it's more, I think more like cell phone or whatever than like radio.
Gotcha.
But
So it's not like a walkie-talkie,
but
basically.
no.
Gotcha. Can I press last dial?
Yeah, you can like try calling back whoever was just talking to.
Okay, I'm gonna press callback.
Oh, me Jar Jar Binks.
Hello? You have more for us?
Yes.
You sound different.
I am sitting in the middle of a lot of people. I'm trying to be quiet.
Huh.
What is the status report?
The call cuts out.
Hello? I think they hung up on me. Okay. I imagine the general's in.
Generals?
I imagine the general's in.
Yeah, she is in here.
Okay. How is Jacen acting right?
He's acting like himself right now. I was gonna say normal, but no, he's just acting like himself.
Okay. There's 5 ships. How far are they? How far away are they from like converging together towards the base? Like from when we actually started talking about the communicator.
They're
Have they
it's
increased their speed, or like, are they still just steadily moving?
they're still steadily moving. Like they haven't increased their speed. You estimate it'll be about half an hour until they get here.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go up to Jacen and be like, Jacen, go to the. Actually, no. There's something weird going on with you. Stay next to. Don't touch anything. Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to the general.
Okay. She looks at you. Yes.
Ma'am, I found this communicator on the floor, and it's very unusual for a communicator inside the command center to be on the floor.
Okay.
I tried calling it to see what was going on, and they asked me if I had anything more for them, and then cut off the transmission immediately when I said, "Give me a status."
She snaps her finger at that, and like a technician comes over, like grabs it or whatever, and plugs it into a computer, and it's like, she's like, where was that thing was that thing contacting? Based on, it is one of the ships. That's yeah. Whoever was on the other end of that is on one of those. Is on one of the ships, and they like point at the one or whatever. It's one of the ones you don't recognize the class, but you know it definitely looks like your basic pretty basic type of ship that would be used by smugglers, bounty hunters, pirates, what have you.
Right.
But yeah,
Just a generic ship base.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, they sounded very shady on the line, and like I said, immediately cut off communications after. I didn't sound like whoever was talking to them prior. So I mean, it sounds like there's.
You don't know who was. You said you just found on the floor. You don't know who they were talking to.
Yeah, my boot. Like I was just walking, and then I suddenly kicked it with my foot. And I looked down. And I was like, "Whoa, that's probably should not."
Roll a con.
He made me do it. He's in my head.
12. Okay. That's very worrying.
I would agree. Is Sandra okay? We came back on the ship together. I'm just making sure she's okay.
Yeah, she's leading the Y-wing squadron there, holding place.
I would, with my so I mean with my understanding of like these kind of ships and such, would I have like any intel in regards to like what they're capable of? What they're like as like firepower and that kind of stuff. Like, are they kind of like just like what do they call them? Like an invasion type ship, or are they like bombardment type ships? Do they have like that kind of general stuff? Are they actual fighters?
Like standard armament, these kind of ships are often would be like is slightly above like a fighter, but like not much or whatever. Like the Millennium Falcon, will be like fighting against like TIE fighters and such, right? Like it's not like it's
right.
Millennium Falcon's going to be
so
fighting
more like raiders.
Yeah.
What it boils down to.
But of course, but these guys
runs.
But they are often also like they do often have more powerful weapons than they come with standard because
Yeah.
they often get upgrades and such. But so they're like above a fighter class, or basically like standard. They would be about equivalent to fighters as firepower, but oftentimes they get upgraded a bit beyond that.
Okay, I'm going to basically just relay, like, I've, dealt with certain types of ships that have the capability of hiding their transponder signals, and they're not up to any good.
We figured as much.
We should hit them before they hit us.
Thing is, if we hit them, we give away that we're here.
Oh, that's a good point. They don't exactly know where our... Well, we should probably be careful with that comm link.
Yes. Which...
Can they trace it? The signal, where it's coming from?
Maybe, maybe not. It also depends on what they were told. They may already know we're here, but...
Is there anything we can do besides just sit here?
I'm not sure.
Okay, if you need another pilot in the air, let me know. I have some skill in piloting. Not the best shooter, but I can definitely fly my way out of an asteroid.
We may start evacuating some of the base if things get bad. You can fly that medical ship you brought us. You could get maybe as many as 24 people on there if pack them in tight.
Yeah. I would definitely want to make sure Master Lucian and my Mira are situated as well.
Mira is already has already been attending to the escape of getting Master Lucian out of here.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Yes.
I do have some business with the Lieutenant Brazzers. Lieutenant Brazzers, I think his name.
Balthazar?
Yes, Balthazar. Thank you. Yes, I have...
You have different kind of business with Brazzers.
Yes, I do have some business with him. He has my ship. My actual ship, not the medical transport. That's just a temporary ship. Can we throw him inside of the... I mean, as needed, of course. Can we throw him into the holding cell on the transport, just so that, he's close and I can keep an eye on him?
You could go put him in there already. Sure.
Okay. Do you have any VIPs that you need to have shipped out first?
Just be ready on the ship. We'll let you know if we're sending anyone to be evacuated.
Okay. Can I have a couple guards with me so I can transport the lieutenant without any fuss or muss from him?
One of the guards from the security area can go with you.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Sounds good. Thank you. I'll be on the ship with Jacen, and we will be there together.
Okay. So, two of you...
We're going to make our way back to the hangar, yeah. Or to the brig. The brig.
Yeah, the detention center area. So you go down there, the one guard, helps you out, like, I'm
gonna wave my hand in front of him, like...
Yeah? You
okay.
You okay there?
Yeah, Yeah, just making sure we're all on the same page here.
Okay. You want to just keep your blaster trained on the lieutenant while I turn off the force field and go put some manacles on him?
Yep, I got him right now.
Okay.
I pull my blaster out.
You do that. He turns off the force field, goes and puts the binders on his arms behind his back, and you start. I guess just marching him out towards the ship.
We have some new combinations for you, Lieutenant. We just want to make sure that you are as secured as possible. Just didn't think that holding cell was the best thing for you, right?
I'm sure. Yoweee, I'm gonna need you to make a.
No, Yowee's not allowed to play anymore.
I'm gonna need you to make a sense roll. 9. Okay. And then a perception roll. 8. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, so you get him. Yeah, you get him to the ship. No issues. Lock him up in the brig on the ship, and everything seems fine.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to just preemptively do the pre-flight checklist.
Okay.
Make sure everything is.
Okay.
Keeping the engines hot.
Okay. While you're doing this, you're just finishing up when the general actually does contact you over the comm and is like, be ready to take off at a moment's notice. We are sending some people down, and we are beginning an evacuation of the base.
It's a big 10-4 general.
Yeah.
Ready. Engines.
Yeah, there's 20 people that'll be coming aboard your ship. Once the last one is aboard, take off. 20.
20. Okay.
I know earlier I said 24, which is 24,
Yeah.
but
right.
That was like an estimate of like.
Got you. Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Understood. All right. Are we anticipating any kind of threat when we reach?
We're hoping you'll get out before there's any. Before they're close enough to engage in combat, because that ship is not equipped with any weapons.
It is equipped with one of the best pilots in the galaxy.
Hopefully you don't need to prove it.
Okay. I standing by, General.
Yeah, so you're waiting as the oh, that's why I was in the wrong chapter. You're waiting as they come aboard. Few come in groups, some come individually, but eventually you find that all 20
Do I recognize any of them?
What?
Do I recognize any of them?
All 20 are aboard.
Are they just like
you might recognize you recognize some faces, but you don't have any names put to the faces. You don't know really who they are.
Okay.
Yoweee recognizes a few of them and such.
Where's Yoweee at? I'm sorry, where's Jacen at?
Isn't he with you?
Yeah, he's with me. Well, I think he's with me. Is he with me? Jacen?
he was with you. Unless he's gone off and doing something else.
Okay. No, I was wondering, is he like in the co-pilot chair? Is he sitting? Is he standing? Like, where is he at? Because I have a general idea that he's been acting a little shifty, so I imagine I would keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Are you in the co-pilot seat?
He's having some trouble eating this egg.
You're skillfully leaning on the wall.
Oh.
Roll for wall leaning. No. Okay, so as soon as all 20 are aboard, then I want you to make a. I want you to make a piloting roll for taking off.
Got this. I didn't raise that skill. Okay, we're good. We got this. No worries. Did I raise it? I don't think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no trouble. Easy.
Um, 12. Okay. So yeah, you take off. It does take you a bit longer to get out of the hangar than you would have liked, and you do notice one of the ships is getting decently close. It's at medium range from you, and you probably want to try and get away from it. Because So we're going to be doing... It's going to be trying to chase you down. So to try and get away...
Alright, guys. Might get a little bumpy in here.
You can roll your piloting skill plus the speed code for this ship, which I'm going to say is
16D.
3D. So your piloting is what, 4d6 plus 2?
Mm-hmm.
So then you'd be adding another 3D, so that would be 7d6 plus 2. Meanwhile, I'll be rolling for the other ship.
Hey.
As soon as I can...
It's a lot of dice.
I mean, you also rolled a lot of dice.
Yeah. Do you have like a P.O. box, Eric, that we can just send you stuff?
Do I have a P.O. box? No.
Yeah. Your dice box. I want you to have like a giant dice box, like where you're not holding it up like it's about to break. You're just like, hold it very carefully.
I mean, I'm just holding it because I'm looking at it. I'm trying not to like knock stuff over.
Yeah.
It's less about like the box because making room. Normally I have it on my desk. I just had stuff in the way, but yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So yeah, you managed to put a bit of distance between you and the ship chasing you. It's now at long range. I assume you want to keep trying to get away. So we're going to do the same thing again. You can tell also that they're getting their weapons ready, so you probably, like, want to get out of there pretty quickly. And you do. You manage to get past it and out into space. Now,
they weren't ready.
Now, where are you going? Are you going to be try to jump to hyperspace? There are
Yeah, because she just said to take off, right? She didn't give me any like coordinates to go anywhere.
No. And the planets, or like the routes that are like currently in the computer that you could just use, are to the Imperial base planet where you blew up the Imperial base, and uh, Kroltam 6, which is the planet where you got caught up in all this crazy stuff.
Not a whole lot of options, is there?
You could also try going somewhere else, but that would then require you to make an astrogation check on your own. Or possibly for Yoweee to make one.
How good are you with astrogation, Jacen?
You're on mute.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oops. 2D plus 2.
I'm better at astrogation than you are.
Not surprised.
So the last place, or the Ikar, I guess, is like that was his planet, quote unquote.
Yeah. I mean, he was one of the people that like ran things there.
Okay. It's a little scary.
Which is,
is it like
that's also
is it kind of like a?
That's also where he was wanting you to go back, and where you were going to go to get like the stuff from his mansion.
Right. But now I got passengers, so it makes things a little bit. Because that's more like is that kind of like a border town? Like there's a bunch of riffraff and all that.
It's very much like a crime planet, like because it's like pretty much 3 major criminal organizations that control the planet, each controlling like a different chunk of it. And like Ikar is the leader of one of those groups.
Okay. So would, in general terms, if I know Jacen was acting weird, could I kind of just put 2 and 2 together? Given that Carr said say that he was in Jacen's head last night, or would that be like too metagaming?
Make me a knowledge roll.
You sure?
What? Yeah, sure.
Are you?
8.
Hey, Jacen, you still with me?
What you would know is that Ikar would you know that like force users can definitely influence people. It usually works best on people who are like weak-willed, or people who are like starting to turn to the dark side. It works best on those type of people.
No.
You do also know that he did slit the throat of an unconscious Wookiee. Or tried to slit the throat.
Okay.
And you know that he's been like kind of working with you and going behind like all his superiors' backs on whatever you're up to.
We know nothing.
So, yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. Darn, this is really tough. I would say I need to get these people someplace relatively safe. Could I do like a knowledge roll for like planetary systems to see where would be kind of like an ideal place?
Sure. Make it, yeah, knowledge planetary systems roll.
Hey, there we go.
The 7?
Is that a 7? It kind of looks like there's like a 1 in front of it.
No.
Oh, that still didn't work. Okay, I guess it is a 7.
So, yeah, you're like trying to think of like planets that wouldn't take too long to get to, and that would be relatively safe. And you're not really coming up with anything. Like, the thing is, like, as a smuggler, the kind of planets you consider, like, normally, Kroltam 6 would be the kind of planet you consider safe, because, like, you're a smuggler. Somewhere where, like, you know,
blend in.
where you can blend in is what you would consider, like, a good hiding place and such. You're not sure if, like, that Imperial Star Destroyer is still there from last time or not. Because that definitely is something that you're, like, you are concerned about, but also, if it is there, your ship is also aboard it, which is also something you have to consider.
True. Oh, well, hold on. I'll just contact the base. Can I just contact the rebel base and be like, hey,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna just do that.
Okay, you contact the rebel base. Some communications officer person, like, answers the call, and it's just like, yeah? What's going on?
I need to speak with the general.
She's in the middle of, she's kind of overseeing, there's a fight going on between the Y-Wing Squadron and a few of those ships. She's kind of, overseeing, like, operations.
Okay, I need coordinates where I am taking these passengers. Preferably upload it to my nav computer.
Are there any... Is there anything in the nav computer already? Like, just get somewhere fast.
Okay. Roger. All right. I guess I'm going to the smuggling spot.
Going to Kroltam 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the coordinates are already in the computer, you don't need to roll for that. You're just going through. It'll be...
And my reasoning behind it is mostly because of the fact, okay, an Imperial base just got blown up. There's probably going to be a lot of Imperials in that area after the fact. So that's... I got one other place I can go.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be about a 3-day journey, I think, is what we had determined was for this route coming to the Rebel base. It was about 3 days, so that's how long it'll be. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Okay. We got some foolproof plans in the works. We got we got a transport full of fodder. I mean passengers.
Yeah.
We got a crazy ass exiled or whatever lost Jedi next to me.
I was definitely unsure what direction you guys were gonna take things in when I was throwing at you.
I was tempted. I was 100% tempted.
I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, a lot of the stuff I kind of had to make up on the fly because there was a lot of changes over this week of who was going to be playing today, and like I only knew Yoweee was going to be here for sure earlier today, and I had like was it 2 cancellations today, or 1 cancellation today and 1 yesterday, or I don't know, another one actually yesterday. Well, one that was that had previously been a maybe that got canceled yesterday, and it's just like it's definitely tricky when I don't know who's going to be here too far in advance. But so I kind of had to rework some stuff from my original plans. But you guys did really well. I enjoyed the direction you took things in. The apparently blue direction you took things in. But yeah.
I was I was definitely tempted. As soon as you said like I get your shit back, I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, how mad would Kim be? And I was just thinking, like, obviously my character wouldn't exactly just free him after he tried to kill him. So like, well, maybe I can get something out of it without having to give him anything in return. And then you got Jacen here.
Yeah. Well, I'm just posting all my social media stuff in chat. We're gonna go find somebody to raid. And I'll be back tomorrow with what am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday, Sub Request Sunday, playing some Mega Man 2. For Sub Request Sunday. So come by for that. That's at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time. After that, my other streams this next week are on Wednesday. I'm celebrating 2 years of being an affiliate here on Twitch. I'll be playing some more Ninja Gaiden 3 again at 1 p.m. Thursday, playing some Ghosts and Goblins at 1, and Friday, again at 1 p.m., playing some Sonic the Hedgehog. The next week, Saturday, the Star Wars RPG will continue at 8 p.m. is when this Star Wars adventure of ours will continue. As for who we're going to raid, also like while I'm looking for somebody to raid, if you want to talk, I mean, Regan, you don't like stream or do any thing to shout out.
I do stuff. I'm going to the zoo. I'm going to the zoo tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm not.
You can shout out your visit to the zoo.
I'm going to the zoo in Northern California. I'll be there approximately between 1 to 5-ish. We're gonna feed some giraffes, pet some giraffes, that kind of stuff.
Okay, and Yoweee, if you want to shout out any of your stuff,
be sure to meet and greet with Recon in the zoo. He'll have his booth at the Lions.
Yes. I'm going to attempt to see Endgame at some point within the next week or so.
Nice. I saw it yesterday.
I heard 3 hours of sitting is kind of tough on your bladder, but
it's actually fine. Like, honestly, for me, what I normally do, because like, it's a little under an hour drive to the theater I go to or whatever. And like, I generally, because my local
commitment right there.
Well, my local theater plays like only has one movie a week with one showtime a day. So like, Captain Marvel was just playing here like this last week, type thing or whatever. But so I have to go into Winnipeg to see stuff actually on release. I only do that like 3 times a year for the Marvel movies, but yeah, so it's about like an hour there, an hour back, and I don't like using public washrooms, so like I'm already used to like if I go to like a 2-hour movie or 2.5-hour movie, like that's already like 4.5 hours with no washroom, and I'm already used to that.
Your bladder control deserves an applause.
Yeah. I'm really not sure who I want to. Let's go raid Chris Player, who is playing Super Mario Odyssey.
Super Mario Odyssey.
So yeah, if anybody wants to go raid with me, can copy and paste the raid message in chat. And we're gonna head over there. Thank you everyone for coming out. It's been a blast. And yeah, I'll see some of you tomorrow or whatever.
Hey, what's your times tomorrow, Eric?
1 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
We'll probably be at the zoo.
Okay. But yeah.
And then when do you stream again?
Yoweee?
Is it Yoweee or Yoweee?
Well, see,
Yoweee.
his name is Joey. But then pronounced, with an accent, it's Yoweee.
Okay, so Yoweee.
Just stare into my eyes and you'll know it.
That's definitely the look I got when I was imagining you with the communicator.
Okay, well, we're going to go raid now, so see y'all later.
See ya. Thanks for the games, Eric.
Yeah.
That's great.